An assessment conducted by the Ghana Institute of Surveyors into the construction of the yet-to-be-completed Saglemi housing unit established that over $100 million was embezzled by the NDC administration. According to the Sector Minister Samuel Atachia, the final document was handed over to him only last month. He also indicated that a copy of the report has been given to the Criminal Investigations Department of the Ghana Police Service for investigations. He made this revelation on Manifesto Tracker on PM Express here on JoyNews last night.
Can that be? Because at the end of the day, I'm saying that how would you say there is an embezzlement of 104 million United States dollars without somebody signing that the one who's not done the work should be paid?
Mr. Collins Dowda was a minister at the time.
Yes.
Has he been spoken to on that?
He's been invited, and that is something that I didn't want to go into that because I don't want to make politics out of it. But I'm saying that
he's invited when, recently or a year ago?
He's been invited at the beginning of the year.
This year?
Yes, year.
Did he honor the invitation?
He had no choice.
The CID did invite him?
Yes, he was invited.
So, and what was the outcome of the investigation?
They are processing the whole issues. And
he hasn't been charged?
I'm not sure he's been charged because at the end of the day, they want to do a thorough job. It's very, very, very interesting for you to know that I don't believe in witch hunting. But when the arithmetic is clear, let's leave them to do it. But I'm saying that I have conclusive evidence that the defalcation is in the sum of 104 million odd United States dollars. You measure the houses on the ground. That is why it lies ill in your mouth to talk about NDC, MPP, not ruling our house. If you had the benefit of what's it called, even 2 million, 200 million United States dollars anywhere to do any housing, you would have seen that this is revolving. And that is how messy the whole thing is. Tomorrow, tomorrow, with the greatest of respect, I'll do you the honors of delivering to you a copy of the report by the Ghana Institute.
And give me a copy as well.
I can give you a copy free of charge. That is an honor that I owe this studio. Because I hold you people in high esteem, and I'm not here to do propaganda.
Okay.
That at my level, I'm beginning to say that no measurement has been done. But for purposes of showing that some people have messed up this country.
Samuel Atachia there, he's the Minister for Housing. Now, the Minority Spokesperson on Works and Housing Committee, Emmanuel Kwesi Bedra, however, questions the authenticity of the report.
Member of Ghana Institution of Surveyors, not just an honorary member. I'm a fellow of the Ghana Institute of Surveyors. I'm not just a surveyor, I'm a quantity surveyor by profession. And I belong to a political party. I will not sit in Parliament as a member of the Works and Housing Committee. Then with all assessment, and then somebody else will say that we have been shortchanged by this by the contractor or by the former administration. Now he says that the institution has given him some measurement, has given him some costing. He has not made it available to the minority. We have trumpeted this, we have said it over. I took journalists to the side, said that if there is anything that anybody has done, we want evidence. He has brought some evidences. He said he has sent all those evidences to the Attorney General for advice. Till today, the Ghana is to the police. Yeah. Today, the Ghana Institution of Surveyors or the Ghana Institution of Surveying is on the block now. You are telling us that my institution has gone there to do measurement. I'll cross-check.
Sure.
And Evans, I want you to cross-check. I'll give you the name of the president and the chairman of my division to be sure whether the institution has gone there to do any measurement. Because the then MD of AESL was a fellow of Ghana Institution of Surveyors. He was a quant surveyor. The late Alhaji Mashood Musa. Mashood Musa will not supervise a job that is expensive, that will that will go beyond what is supposed to to be given. So for this one, I don't want to take it. I want Joy FM to go
tomorrow. Tomorrow, with the greatest of respect, I'll do you the honors of delivering to you a copy of the report by the Ghana Institute.
And give me a copy as well.
I can give you a copy free of charge. That is an honor that I owe this studio. Because I hold you people in high esteem, and I'm not here to do.
Emmanuel Bedra there. Well, speaking about affordable housing, in the build-up to JoyNews' 2020 Habitat Fair, we've been engaging some citizens on the ease of acquiring a decent house here in Ghana. And that's the rationale for this year's fair, which comes off this weekend here in Accra. Here is what we've gathered from those we've been talking to when it comes to affordable housing.
Many Ghanaians dream of owning their own homes, but this does not come easily.
Normally it depends. You see, when you have a good job, you are getting better pay or good pay. Renting might not be difficult for you at all. Whereby hustler like some of us is difficult.
Oh, sometimes it's very hard because by the close of the year, I can say maybe our work, we are not getting the work very easy for it to assist us to pay our rent.
Ghana's housing deficit is estimated to hit 5.7 million by the end of 2020. Those who manage to raise some funds to find a place to lay their heads are confronted with high rents and property owners demanding long tenure fees, contrary to law. It remains an issue of concern to many.
To build a house, the land is the problem. If you get the land, the remaining is a process. You go in small, but you can't get going to build a house unless you plan it and you get the money small. But it's not easy.
The issue that I have is about the lands between the landowners and lands commission and the buyers. Yeah, that is where sometimes because of this crash of the land gas and those things. Then if you take it from that angle, it's very, very worried, and that's where I don't think things are going well in this particular town in Greater Accra, because we hear it from the very and minor angles, and which is wrong. So
I've had several encounters with renting issues, not once, not twice. It has been an issue that it has been bothering us, and it's not peculiar to me alone. A lot of people are going through the same challenges.
And the challenge is real indeed. How affordable is affordable? So the Habitat Fair is starting this weekend. And of course, those are the details there for you. It is from the 17th to 18th of October, Saturday and Sunday of October of next week it is. And it's starting at 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. I beg your pardon, that's this Saturday and Sunday, and it's starting at the West Hills Mall. You know how we do it. You want to be there with your family, and there will be so many people putting on exhibition what they have as far as, building and how you can own your own property is concerned. So remember the date, 17th to 18th of October. We start at 8 a.m. and end at 8 p.m. this weekend. Let's talk about the Auditor General. Now, the Controller and Accountant General's Department has been cited in a payroll irregularity by the Auditor General for paying 33 deceased pensioners over 300,000 cedis. This is blamed mainly on the delays in deleting names from the payroll. The Acting Auditor General, Johnson Asiedu, in the 2019 audit report on MDAs also attributes the incident to delays in transferring unclaimed pensions to government's chest by the banks. There is more in this report.
According to the 2019 Auditor General's report on MMDAs, the Controller and Accountant General, through an arrangement with the pensioners associations across the country, receives feedback on the status of pensioners. Their review of the mechanism for receiving such feedback revealed some significant weaknesses, resulting in the payment of unearned pensions to some deceased pensioners. In 2019, for instance, feedback on the status of some 29 deceased pensioners were not obtained monthly from the Pensioners Association prior to the payment of monthly pensions. As a result, the audit team noted that between January 2018 and November 2019, the Controller continued to pay unearned pensions into the accounts of the affected deceased pensioners, totaling 281,000 368 Ghana cedis. In the case of 4 other deceased pensioners, their bankers, the Etiwa Rural Bank, as at December 2019, had returned a total amount of 22,736 Ghana cedis to the controller's suspense account out of a total of an earned pension of 43,090 Ghana cedis received between January 2018 and August 2019 on their behalf. To minimize the risk, the Auditor General urged the Controller and Accountant General to strengthen its relationship with the pensioners' associations for prompt feedback on the status of pensioners. He further recommended that the Controller should ensure the recovery of unearned pensions into the suspense accounts.
As a news desk report. Now, the Northeast Region Police is continuing an investigation into an officer accused of facilitating the illegal acquisition of a gun license for a suspected thief undergoing trial at the Nalerugu District Court. Inspector Felix Bekele, who formerly worked with the Formed Police Unit FPU, is alleged to have taken pictures of the gun being held by prosecutors as exhibit in court and used his colleagues within the service to create a gun license for the alleged thief who was standing trial for possessing the same gun without license. Inspector Bekele was subsequently arrested following the investigation. There is more in this report.
Who is now with the Nalerugu Police, was arrested and interrogated last month at the Northeast Regional Police Command, where he admitted to helping the suspect to procure the lances. He only sent a picture of the gun to a colleague at the Formed Police Unit of the Tesano Divisional Police Command, where he worked previously, to facilitate the process. JoyNews learned the suspect Adam Musa was arrested in August this year for allegedly stealing. Police subsequently found an unregistered pump-action gun in his house during investigations. Adam was arrested and charged with possessing an unlicensed firearm and stealing as he was put before the Nalerugu District Court. As the trial progressed, however, the suspect managed to produce a license prepared by the Tesano Divisional Police for his gun. Police prosecutors who became suspicious prayed to the court for more time to examine the lances, which turned out to have been dubiously procured with the help of Police Inspector Bekele. DCOP Kwejo Entwitabi is the Northeast Regional Police Commander, who first explained how the officer was arrested.
Our preliminary investigations revealed that photographs of the weapon was taken in the charge office, Nalerugu Police Station charge office, and sent to Accra. We realized that the document indicated that it was issued by the Tesano Police. That is the license of the weapon. It was licensed at Tesano Police. And we're wondering how it could be licensed when the weapon at that time was in the custody of the police. So a preliminary investigation was led to that place, and we found out, it was revealed to us that Mr. Bekele took the photographs, sent to his colleague also at Accra in one of the police formations, FPU, and he is the one who sent the photograph of the gun bearing the serial number of the gun to the Tesano Police Arms and Ammunition Section to be registered. So when I got the information, I asked that they escort the inspector to my office for interrogation in the presence of the Deputy Regional Police Commander, Assistant Commissioner of Police, Mr. Ali, and the Regional Crown Officer Superintendent, Mr. Duga. Upon interrogation, initially he denied, but later when I confronted him that looking at the photograph, it was taken at the charge office where he is the station officer, and that he took the photographs. Then he admitted.
Residents in the area have always accused the police of helping suspected criminals to escape justice. The action,
which has resulted in a widespread suspicion against the criminal justice system here, has also often led to the execution of what is being termed as jungle justice by aggrieved parties. The regional commander, however, said the police officer will be prosecuted as he has already been charged with abetment.
Under miscreants in the police service to stop aiding criminals, because it is our mandate to provide security, to ensure that criminals in the system are arrested and dealt with. And so, if because of money you are going to assist a criminal, then this is not your place. They will be found out, and so the earlier you stop, the better.
Ilyasu Tanko reporting for JoyNews.
Now, Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia has joined hundreds gathered at Mankasim, the hometown of the late Infantsman MP Eko Kwanza Hayford, to mark 1 week of his passing. My colleague Richard Kujonyako is attending the memorial and joins us live with more. Hello, Richard. Richard, tell us what is happening right now.
So, Gifty, the date for the final funeral rites of the late Kwanza Hayford has just been announced by family members. They have scheduled the date to be the 28th of November 2020. And so that's out there. We have also been learning that there have been 2 arrests made. But when we spoke with the police have not confirmed that. So we cannot confirm that 2 persons have been arrested in connection with that. The Vice President was joined by ministers of state, colleague MPs of the late MP, as well as other bigwigs of the NPP, Samir Uku, John Buedu, Kennedy Japan, and a host of them. In fact, it's been a solemn ceremony. Mankasim has been painted red and black. We were also told that the former president, John Dramani Mahama, would be joining the people here to mourn with the family of the late Kwanza Hayford. So he is yet to arrive here.
And Richard, regarding the reports that you're picking up from the police, it has not been confirmed, you say, but what is the response? What kind of response or what kind of reaction are we getting from the people in this constituency? It's been days since.
Yeah, sure. So a lot of the people that are here, including Samir Uku, a lot of the MPs, their prayer is that something really sinister happened and they would want to get to the bottom of the matter. They say that government will push every resource available to ensure that the killers are apprehended. And so they are not leaving anything to chance. They want to investigate this matter thoroughly and they will push more men on the ground to ensure that these killers are arrested. A short while ago, we also told that there was another wife of the late MP. In fact, it is public knowledge here at Mankasim that the man was married to 2 persons. One, the other one is a nurse who lives at Takwa with 2 children. She was married under the customary laws. And then the Ophelia Hayford, the one who has been tipped to replace the husband as the candidate for the Infantsman constituency, the assistant superintendent of police. So there are no questions at all. But the party indicates that it is Ophelia Hayford that the party has settled on because she's been campaigning with her husband. She's been living with her husband at Mankasim and in Accra. And so that is the person they know and they have penned down to replace the husband as their candidate here.
Speaking of the second woman you mentioned, has she been to this memorial today?
Well, I've had an indication that she is around, but I have personally not seen her. Prior to this ceremony, we were told that she was going to be here because the family knows her, and so she also come as a sign of or to mourn the husband as well. And so I have not personally had an encounter with her, but some people have indicated that indeed she is present here. So I would want to fish out for her and then we can have some interaction with her.
Richard, thank you very much. We'll get back to you as and when there is a new development. Richard Kujonyako reporting there from the Infantsman constituency, Mankasim to be specific, and he says that there's a memorial. The Vice President, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, and bigwigs of the NPP are supposed to be there. Well, later this evening, the Minority Political Parties presidential debate by Money Africa in collaboration with JoyNews will be live here on your most credible and authoritative news source, the JoyNews channel. Here is head of our political desk, Evans Mensah, on what to expect on this evening's debate.
There was a strict criteria that Imani developed for this, and to qualify to be considered for tonight's debate, you must have a public showing. You must have articulated your policies, interventions, assuming you win power. You must have established bases across the country, some semblance of it. We are not using the same criteria as the EC might expect in terms of every district or electoral area, but you must have a certain national character. You must have been visible in the lead up to the elections. Now, that was the criteria. The NDP didn't meet that criteria. The Ekadonko didn't meet that criteria as well. I mean, all the parties that you see on the stage, even for the party of the PNC, the PPP, even APC, even Mr. Palu LPG, have in many encounters publicly articulated what they stand for, articulated their policy proposals. They have put something out that they believe represent what the party believes in and what people should be considering in voting for them. We are bringing in an additional element of audience participation. Audiences in the main auditorium will get to ask a few questions, and then audiences listening to us on our many electronic social media platforms, etc., could also send in their questions. And we're also going to do a poll that's going to run from when the debate starts till it ends, so people can tell us who they believe is winning their hearts. I mean, the danger is when we get into deciding ourselves without any proper objective criteria. If you leave it to the people, you can't get it wrong. At least the main poll is the same as 7. That is the one that matters, and so the people can replicate that in their own way on social media tonight.
Evans Mensah is head of our political desk here at JoyNews. You want to make a date tonight here on the JoyNews channel and also at the UPSA. Well, running mate for the NDC, Professor Ananda Jenopo says the questions raised about her receipt of salaries from the University of Cape Coast are misplaced. In a yet-to-be-aired interview, she suggests that she has been working with the university since leaving the education ministry. She also hints that the decision to rejoin her faculty was taken reluctantly. She was speaking to Daniel Dazi.
And I didn't know many people were very, very knowledgeable about how universities are run, how post-retirement contracts are given. I didn't know that, but I'm glad. So I was telling the registrar, next time we advertise, there'll be many, many applicants. We won't be scratching our head anymore about who qualifies. So let me leave it here. So many of the stories will come. As we get closer, you hear many of them.
So you did not receive money from
All I'm saying is that the registrar, why shouldn't I? I'm not a citizen. I don't work at the university. No, what is that? Where is that coming from? What's that supposed to mean?
So were they part of your terms and conditions?
Go to the university and find out again. Go and get the number of PhDs and masters I've graduated since I left the ministry. Go and find out the role I play. So do your homework. So I don't know whoever triggered this and what it's supposed to serve. So the registrar put out a statement. And as I said, the university is a very public place. You can consult our statutes, you can consult our acts, you can consult, what I even heard that I said, something about the academic board. I said, look at this. What has this got to do with the academic board?
Well, that interview airs on the maiden edition of On the Record with Daniel Dazi on Monday, the 19th of June at 8 p.m. on JoyNews Prime. Away from that, the Ghana Maritime Authority has taken delivery of 9 Cisco WebEx video teleconferencing facilities to help in communication with their partners. The items were sponsored by the Danish government and the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime. More in this report.
The video teleconferencing systems is meant to improve monitoring, crisis communication, and maritime security as a whole. According to the Danish government, this is part of its contribution to help make communication and operations efficient in order to keep our waters safe and secure for international shipping. Thomas Kofi Alonse is the Director General for the Ghana Maritime Authority.
Our Danish partners have thought of the maritime industry and provided us with these equipments to make us efficient in our communications and operations. And we are extremely grateful for this kind gesture. I wish to assure the donors that the equipment will be put to good use to enhance our maritime domain awareness in order to keep our waters safe and secure for international shipping. 9 maritime law enforcement agencies, namely the Ghana Maritime Authority, the Ghana Navy, Marine Police, Fisheries Enforcement Units in Tema and Takoradi, Ghana Immigration Service, Customs Division of the Ghana Revenue Authority, Narcotics Control Commission, and the Ghana Ports and Harbors Authority will be beneficiaries of these valuable equipments.
The representative for the Embassy of Denmark spoke about how the facilities could help fight crime.
So today we have handed over the actual equipment. That's the Cisco VTC equipment that we've been handing over to the Ghana Maritime Authority, one of our key partners here in Ghana. And this will enable the Ghana Maritime Authority to talk to both national and international experts. This equipment can also be used in times of crisis for other issues than related to maritime crime.
The head of Global Maritime Crime Program, Christian Santos, said the video teleconferencing allows maritime stakeholders to set up meetings that require immediate response, like response to man-made or natural disasters.
This equipment will also allow the maritime stakeholders to set up meetings that require immediate response, such as the response to man-made or natural disasters or maritime security threats. UNODC will continue to follow up with the technical reps to ensure that all the equipment is tested and fully functional for operation by all the agencies.
This is still the news with me, Gifty and Dopia. Well, still to come, a local poultry farmer in Damongo in the Savannah region has come up with an innovation to help his colleague farmers by creating cost-effective incubators. That's the story coming up in Business with Daryl Kwao.
Hi, good afternoon. Welcome to Business. My name is Daryl Kwao. A local poultry farmer in Damongo in the Savannah region has come up with an innovation to help his colleague farmers by creating a cost-effective incubator. The local equipment is capable of hatching 2,500 eggs within 21 days or even less. Mohammed Nuruddin has more.
My grandfather used to use the ordinary pot that they put water to drink. He will put a lantern in there together with the eggs. Then for 7 days, he will remove the lantern together with the eggs and then observe the eggs that are formed by way of, showing it to the sun. You show the eggs to the sun with your hand like this. Then if it is forming, you will know. That is, the olden type of, candling now. We do candling. So that was how my grandfather used to do it. Then I thought I can also direct myself in that angle.
Abdulrahman Mohammed then conceived the idea of building more effective incubator from his grandfather's traditional method. Mohammed explains what makes his incubator better off his grandfather's method.
Yes, with the incubator, with my own, you have to get a thermometer, that is to check your temperature in the incubator, because every incubator should have a thermometer which will give you a maximum of 37.5 degrees Celsius and a minimum of 36.5 degrees Celsius. So I have to get my thermometer. So there is thermometer in my incubator. Then I have a digital one too. That one will check for humidity. So
if you choose to incubate your eggs, it is important that you are educated in the correct workings of the humidity and temperature of the incubator. This is the most important part of hatching and can be the difference between your eggs hatching, staying as eggs, or even going bad. It took 3 weeks for Mohammed to finally come out with the incubator.
In other business news, government has finally launched the Ghana Cares Guarantee Scheme under the auspices of the Ministry of Finance. The scheme is developed to facilitate and improve access to financing by business sectors that have been affected by the COVID-19 pandemic through the issuance of guarantee cover to participate in financial institutions. Here's more from Nicholas Brown.
Speaking at the launch, First Deputy Governor of the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Maxwell Poku Afare, said the scheme will help reduce the cost of borrowing of SMEs and increase their access to appropriate financing.
It is my fervent belief that this guarantee scheme under the Ghana Cares program will go a long way to reduce the risk perception of these SMEs, help reduce their cost of borrowing, and increase their access to appropriate financing. This in turn should enable them to produce more to meet both local demand and to provide decent livelihoods to households that depend on them. A unique feature of the Ghana Cares program is that it is being done through the provision of guarantees rather than cash handouts, and is less distortionary to both the financial system and beneficiaries' own sustainability going forward.
Minister of Planning, Professor George Yao-Jan Bafo, who represented the Minister of Finance, Ken Ofori-Atta, also stated that the scheme will guarantee 80% of credit extended by participating banks to their clients.
Through this scheme, and as we've been told by the governor, we are incentivizing banks to lend to private sector at competitive rates. And this is a 2 billion Ghana cedi initiative to be administered by Gersau to help SMEs to borrow from banks at more affordable rates with longer tenure. The scheme will guarantee up to 80% of credit extended by participation banks to their clients.
In a media engagement, President of the Association of Ghana Industries, Dr. Yao Edu Jemfi, said the scheme comes as a big relief for all local industry players.
I have had numerous calls from my members. What are you doing for us? What is the government doing? With all the planning that the Finance Ministry was doing along with the Bank of Ghana, with the initiation of this program, Ghana Care, a lot of things are going to be in place. So that, like I still repeat, that yes, with access to finance, which is a major problem for most companies, this is really going to make a difference. And once people have access to funds and be able to buy new equipment, be able to expand their businesses, definitely what production will be available, and we will not have to import everything.
The Finance Minister, in his media budget review and supplementary estimates, announced the establishment of a guarantee scheme of up to 2 billion cedis to enable businesses to borrow from banks at a more affordable rate and a longer course. Nicholas Brown for Joy Business.
More business news at the top of the hour on the marketplace. Up next is sports with Oreku Ampofo.
Hello, good afternoon and welcome to the sports segment with me, Oreku Ampofo. And if you've been on social media today, you'd have seen the name of Asamoah Gyan trending all over. Well, it's not because of football, but it's because of tennis. And Godwin Mate, who's the CEO of Webster Solutions, has accused Asamoah Gyan and his brother Bafo Gyan of assaulting him during a tennis match earlier today. Now, the incident is said to have happened at the 37 Army officers' mess tennis court last night, where Gordon Martin narrates his ordeal in an interview on today's Super Morning Show on Joy FM.
Before just shouted from the umpire chair that, my friend, shut up and stand there and play. Shut up and play. In a very aggressive tone. I was surprised because I wasn't even speaking out of any tone of provocation. I was just making my point clear that I would like us to have a proper match. Then he continued to shout. So I told him that the way he's shouting is intimidating me, and I will lose focus even if I have to play. And tennis is a game of focus. So you know what? I will not play again. Let me just kindly, respectfully sit down. Then next time we can play a game. Then I sat down. He was insisting I should go stand there and play. Then he came down from the upper chair and came to hit me. That my friend, go there. I said, go there, go and play. He was hitting me to go and play. Well, everything was like a movie to me. I was so surprised. Then as he was hitting me, as someone now came, he was hitting me, and people came to hold back for that. My friend stopped, that he should not hit me. They were trying to push him away. Then as someone came, before someone came, actually, I was telling him that the way you are hitting me, I'll report this to the police. He said, you can go anywhere. I don't care. If you like, go to the police. They can't do anything. Yeah, in this country, they can't do anything. He says bragging and talking. Then when he moved away a bit, because people were holding him and dragging him away, after someone came by, because he was my opponent, I also came in support of what Bafo was already doing, now assaulting me. Then I was even telling him, if you listen to the audio, you have the full audio, because
now, veteran dancer Ajeta Sawyer says the current generation of dancers are not being paid well. According to him, lack of unity among the dancers accounts for the problem. He was speaking in an interview with Noella Karanyali.
What I can say right now is that the difference is that our time, there's a lot of dancing competition everywhere. It's just like now you have Shatawale, Stoneboy. Our time is like Ajeta Sawyer and, you know, those kind of, you know. So let me say, when it comes to the dance, they are very good. The energy is there, but it's just that what do you call it? There's no. I don't think they're making much money like we do those times.
Oh, so back at what do you think is really causing that, the dormant nature of the dance industry now?
It could be the dancers are not, you know, there's no unity among them. You know,
okay.
It's like if you are charging an artist or whatever it is you are doing for, you know, there should be a figure where you know, okay, you are stable with that, but maybe you charge and maybe another dancer will just go, oh Charlie, don't worry, I'll just take, you know, lesser money and just do it.
And that's it for Showbiz. I am Apisa Siwidi.